Hello everybody. In today's video, we're going to go back to a game that holds a special place in my heart. It's the first game I ever played when I got a PC. It's the Cycle Frontier. I actually posted a video saying the cycle is dead. One of the big complaints that I had and pretty much everyone else had was the MMR system. MMR was broken. We were all very, very sick of it. So finally, in this last patch, the devs came out and had this whole big, hey, we're taking a look at the MMR system. So this patch was supposed to address that. We'll go over what happened in the patch very briefly. We'll go over Reddit Reacts right after that. All right, so reading through very quickly, again, it was, note we see this as an experiment referring to the MMR changes. It can easily be toggled to the way it was before. If you guys don't remember or you don't know, before MMR was based strictly on loot value and a couple other things, but loot value was like the big thing. I and everyone else felt that anybody can loot stuff, and it just kind of felt like we were getting lumped into the TTV sweats pretty much right after you would have one good raid. One of the biggest pain points that we saw from the community in recent weeks was that matchmaking felt unfair and caused a lot of frustration, especially for newer players. They used this as their approach. As a player, I want to make sure that I matched against players close to my skill level. This way I don't feel bored or too stressed, but I can enjoy the tense uncertainty the Cycle Frontier offers. Note, we see this as an experiment. It can easily be toggled to the way it was before. Here's the thing. Nobody liked the way it was before, and I hate to break it to you, nobody's going to like the way it is now. MMR in general just kind of sucks. It's kind of like a catch 2020 with these things. They made the armors and everything else way too overpowered. So now there's just like no chance for anyone to get a kill, which in a looter shooter is very hard to swallow. Yeah, so I found this little snippet and I did verify it, but I guess Toast is a YouTuber, and I guess he's a dev of some sort, and there's another dev. I've seen his name pop up a lot in this community. Leave in the comments, I guess, just let everybody else know who exactly Toast is. If you know, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you do. But Toast said it was overall KD, and that kind of sounds a little bit more like what they're going to be doing. It just kind of fits with their typical style. All right, so what does this look like for some of the players? I was going through Reddit and just kind of picking up some of the better written stories. So this one here, I'll read it for you real quick. Spent a lot of time on Fortuna 3 at this point with 920-ish hours. Dang, brother. Played so far. About half and half with Season 1, Season 2. About the same here. I quit a little bit earlier than him, I think. Regarding the latest patch, I noticed a difference in lobbies last night for sure. Both in the morning, 8 to 9 a.m., and at night, 10 p.m. plus on North American Eastern, are filled to the brim with juice. The most egregious being a few bases. I don't know what that means. A core that's kind of like an assault rifle that's very high end, 130k, and a swarm of brutes. Brutes are kind of like this SMG meta, way too overpowered type thing. I have a 0.5 KD for what it's worth. I'm guessing I'm right around the threshold for a high MMR based on KD. I did a little bit I'm right around a little higher than that, 0.7. I did some testing myself. It does seem like he is correct. And I haven't played in like a month probably. I believe this because others have commented and posted about being a 0.3 or lower, and they're having very chill raids, which is what they like. I like PvP raids, so it all seems to line up at least at a high level. It's only second day into the patch, so it's tough to tell. Since lobbies are much more focused on PvP, it seems like the way matches play out is very similar. Wait for someone to shoot, run it, shots, hope for a third party to show up so that you can get the good gear unlocked. Yeah, I mean this guy obviously, I mean he's at his wit's end, but he's very right. It's very much like Apex Legends. Always dying to players with red weapons / armor on Bright Sands after bucket change. This was posted after the update. I have been playing many hours yesterday and today after a rather long hiatus. Welcome back, brother. And close to all of my deaths have been from people running reds. That's referring to exotic armor. Typically people will get exotic armor on Theros Island, which is a quest lock part of the game. It's really ratty too, and this armor gives people perks. So like, let's say I have one that reduces explosive damage by 25%. I have one that does increases the ability of my stims to heal me, and quite consistently run blue armor. I rarely meet people with, he said, myself, I've just unlocked the ICA guarantee and quite consistently run blue armor. So he's like midway through. I have a ton of blue armor at this point. If you're just starting out the game, that seems like a lot. It's really not. I can't really see how to change the buckets and anything at all in terms of balancing so far before you write get good, which is a very common thing in these Reddit things. It's hilarious. Or something similar in response to this. Please enlighten me if I'm missing something regarding the update. Blah, 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 blah. And also everyone keeps going like, hey, these devs did a great job with cheating. It's not that. It's just that there's no incentive anymore. When this game first came out, people were buying like actual in-game items with real cash. And they were just paying cheaters to go in and get it. So like, for example, you could go onto a Discord group and there'd be some jerk who just killed you and your friend using a cheat during season 1 or during the beta. And then they would just come out and sell it to you in the real world. So these are just some responses. I put up a post on Reddit if you saw that. It's just basically asking people to comment with their experience. This patch is a joke for new players. Spent 18 hours testing all the same results. I did like maybe 20 minutes. On the first 5 raids, I was matched versus Exo Forge with cores. Again, that's a high level AR. It's meta. From the devs, I got told that there is a bug again with Epic matchmaking Steam, same thing. And it's not only about the trusted or untrusted queues, it's a bug, new players getting rinsed. On my main account, that's what he's saying here, I have an 8 KD and I meet white kits with no loot. On a Smurf with a 3 KD, that's his Smurf though, to be fair, may be in an untrusted queue because it's a Smurf account. They do that. Not much gear. I meet streamers with full exos on that have a KD of 10 plus. Again, that's a little suspect. Solo queue is no longer solo. It's 1v3s every time. So every time trios broken 2, only white kits. Green, no exos. This guy's so angry. He's not even typing full words. I have a 0.6 KD. I just doubled up my kill record today from 3 before patch. Just doubled 3 before patch up to 6. Maybe means like 6 in one raid. On my first drop playing solo since the update, and 3 of those kills were against knife runners. I think it sums it up. It's kind of messed up, bro. So definitely not more balance for those poor knife runners. You see, he's liking what he's seeing, so that's cool, man. That's cool. But he may be a little bit new of a player too. I have around a 1 KD 0.9 right now, and while I still run an Exos, most of them aren't as cracked out as before. So that's cool. So it's still in-game people, but they're not quite as good. Seems like more casual players just further into the wipe, or people like me finally running good gear since I won't be clapped by a streamer. Had some of my best fights all season yesterday. Lobbies feel more empty, big tears, but I also play at like 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm fine with that if it means the people I come across are close to my level. Before this patch, I've died to people like Afflict or however you spell it. I'm not sure either, brother. In my opinion, a good change, but people still have to remember that there's less than 2,000 players a day right now. Yep. No matter what they do, fights will be unfair because a lot of people are playing our sweats. So next I went to Steam chart just to kind of check and see how this game was faring. It doesn't look quite so good. You see in October, we had that big gain plus 1486. Peak players, I think that at like peak players is like how many people are playing an hour. It doesn't mean necessarily during a day. That's kind of the average. So 8,000. And then we're dropping all the way down to 2 now, and it just seems to, even just a week later, I guess we're even though it's just not that big of a dip, it is coming down about 100. So it looks like it's still on the decline. I did drop into the game, so check out some of this gameplay real quick. You'll see I accidentally dispatched a newer player, unfortunately, and then I also stole some Letium clots from a double drill in one solo lobby. I don't know exactly why there are 2 drills in the same lobby as some poor helpless Timmy, or why I'm in the same lobby as some poor helpless Timmy, but either way, you guys tell me in the comments.